99.5 WYCD. I'm Sarah Thomas, and one half of Coop and Sarah is here today. That's me. And I'm sitting here with the amazing Jake Owen.
What's up?
And we've been talking about ducks. We're going to get to that later, though, because we're going to talk about like super important things right now, like touring. And what is your favorite thing to bring on the road, like on the bus to eat? Like, what do you have to have?
I don't know. I'm not really that guy.
No, like you'll eat anything.
I don't really eat.
You what?
No, my buddy.
I don't eat.
Yeah, I have to be reminded to eat. Like I don't have I don't get hungry. Like,
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like after shows and stuff I do, but like I tend to like just not. I go throughout the day so much that I'm like, oh man, I haven't ate all day.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I would tell you that has to be on the bus from a food standpoint because I don't.
Just air. You want air? And
I just want air. Yeah, I want CO2 and. But yeah, I've never really been a guy that's like I have to have this on the bus because I eat it every day.
Yeah,
I'm not that guy.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So I'll keep air around for you. And you have always, and I've heard people talk about how positive you are in music, in country music. How important is it for you to be like a positive force, especially today in music? And your vibe is just so laid back and cool and supportive. I feel like.
Well, thanks. I think that I have definitely throughout the years, like kind of branded like maybe a vibe of like feeling good and being happy and putting out happy music and happy songs. But I'm just like anybody else. So I mean, like I'm pretty laid back 99% of the time, but then the other 1% of the time, let's say 10%.
Yeah.
I get like really high strung. Like I'm like really like overly like invested in things to where it like fires me up.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's funny to like have the two sides of me as a human being where you can one minute be super like I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
And but then care so much about something else that most people will be like, why do you care so much about this?
Yes.
So yes, it's important to be calm. I'm learning the older I get, especially having kids, that like being calm is such a superpower that people in moments where you want to get upset or you know you just have to be kind of calm and for the music what you're speaking of I just think I've always enjoyed playing shows where people look like they're just having a good time and they're happy and they know that I'm not there to like incite anything other than happiness. And so I think what you said like in today's world and everything that's going on, like I'm glad that I can just bring a little bit of that to people for 90 minutes to a couple hours a night, you know?
Yeah, to everyone. And speaking of happiness, just watching your music video for On the Boat again makes me happy. I think someone kissed a stuffed deer in it.
Yeah.
Was it a real stuffed deer?
Yeah, it was. That's my buddy Rusty. Ryan and Rusty I grew up with. And so I went back to my hometown to make that video. And my buddy Ryan, who's a firefighter, a lot of firefighters, they have like a side job, you know, outside of when they're off 48 on or 24 on, 48 off.
Yeah.
And so he has a surf camp in our hometown. Like we're on the beach. So like that's my best friend's like he literally teaches kids to surf. And so he saved a bunch of his money from the surf camp and he bought himself that houseboat, like that tiny houseboat that's in the video.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I was like, dude, for my On the Boat Again video, we are coming to Florida. I'm coming to Florida, and we're like taking your boat all the way to the Cut, which is where we used to hang out, where all the people are.
Oh, that's
and
so fun.
We're just gonna have a party for a couple days.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like. You know how some things are like scripted and whatever.
No, there was zero script. It was like I told people they're like, how's this gonna go? Like, how are we gonna film this? Should we have like a way? And I'm like, no,
like,
just bring the cameras and just film everything that happens.
Yeah, it came across for sure. And Loose Cannon is the name of your album and the name of a song on the album. What do you think? Because there's a lyric in there that is talking about like it's basically the balance in relationships, right? Like the anchor versus the loose cannon. I'm getting really deep here. How many times have you been in a relationship where there's like two loose cannons? Like what happens? I think chaos, maybe.
Yeah, you can't have a loose cannon. You can't have two loose cannons in a relationship.
You need an anchor.
And it's not just the guy that sometimes is a loose cannon, you know? Like I got a lot of friends who they're pretty steady guys and their significant other female is a loose cannon.
Yes.
So like I know I am a loose cannon as a person. I love the lines of that song and the idea that, like, you know, you be my straight and narrow, and I'll be your no brakes black Camaro. You know, like, I'll be the guy going full speed while you're the one just kind of hitting the brakes. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love that. And I mean, I think I'm also a loose cannon. I've been in relationships where everyone's a loose. I mean, not everyone, but I mean, like 2 people are loose.
You have ducks.
Whoa.
If you have ducks, then you're a loose cannon. Yes.
I do.
If you like keep ducks in your apartment, people be like, that chick's a loose cannon.
Yeah. I wonder where that came from. But so you have a really pretty like farmhouse situation in Nashville.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw a video. I wasn't outside your house or anything, so I don't get kicked out. But you have farm animals and you have stuff like that, and your kids help, I think, feed the chickens and do stuff like that. What is your favorite part of having a farm? Because did you grow up having a farm?
No, I was just telling you, I grew up on the beach.
Yep.
So like all my friends and us, we didn't have any property. We literally were right next door to our neighbor, and there was the beach, and that's where we spent all of our time. Like our outdoor time was feet in the sand, being in the water, or whatever. And I always, you know, heard about people with farms and stuff. And I remember when I moved to Nashville, and my dad said, if you ever make it, like I would love for you to buy me a farm. I would love to have a farm. And so I did. And luckily I've, I guess, so-called made it. But having a piece of property, especially after like 2020, when everyone was like stuck at home. Yes. I had the greatest time in my life. I bet. And I feel bad saying that because I know a lot of people struggled during that time. But I was home. I'd been going on the road for 15 years nonstop. And all of a sudden I got to go home to, you know, a lot of acreage and animals and my family and like this piece of like my own, this abode. I love it. There's nothing better than being able to just like have your property that you can like say is yours, that you can build things on if you want to, or like grow things. Like we have gardens, we have a pony. Yeah, I've got dogs running everywhere.
That's so cool.
It is. Cool. It's like it's why when I get home I don't want to leave. Yeah. I love it.
And during 2020, there was no pressure like, oh, I've got to leave on tour next. I mean, not that touring's not fun, but where you have to be someplace or anything like that. So you could have like just hang out and enjoy what you have. How many dogs do you have?
4.
How many animals do you have? Because we're going someplace with this.
Yeah. I'm like Dr. Doolittle.
That's wonderful.
I have. We don't have the goats anymore. Brooks and Dunn. We gave them away. They were elusive. We should have called them Houdini or something. But we don't have them anymore. We have a pony, 4 dogs, chickens, you know, so, and then ducks. We've got the ducks. My buddy did me wrong kind of, but I like the ducks now, but he has ducks at his pond and they had the little baby ducklings. And I showed up at my house one day and there was like 5 ducks in the pond. And he's like, oh man, I brought you some world champion ducks over there. And so since my daughter feeds them all the time by hand, now they every time they see us anywhere around the farm or barn, they just beeline to us because they want that food. Yes.
So I'm leading to a thing because I almost, and I mean, behind the scenes talk, I almost brought my pair of ducks. I do keep my ducks in a row, if you're wondering. And we're in a restaurant area, kind of like MusicTown. If you don't know, is on top of Hockeytown. So we thought, like, would we be kicked out? I don't know. So that's why I left the ducks at home. What is your advice?
What are their names?
Memphis and then Delta May after Elvis's late aunt.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a question.
We started with 2 ducks, and now we have 5 or whatever. But
did they mate?
No, they just they had other people come in, migrate there.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, my buddy dropped them off, really, is what I was telling you. But my 2 ducks were Duck and Goose.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. That's really cute. Around my condo area, they call me Mother Goose, which is awkward because I'm like, can't you see they're ducks? Yeah. But what's your advice to me keeping ducks in a condo?
My advice would be for you to not do that.
No, because Uncle Jake, I can't tell them that. They were excited to meet you, and they couldn't.
I've got a lot of property, and I don't keep them anywhere near my. And actually, so you know, I have a barn that's not far from like where my pond, where the ducks are. Yeah. And because they know that's where I get the feed to feed them,
they're smart.
They'll come in the barn and then they poop on my floors.
Yes.
And then I'm just like, and duck poop is just like not something that's like normal.
Yeah.
It's like,
no.
You know?
So
if I'm you
wild.
and I live in an apartment.
Yeah.
And you can't read a duck's mind, I'm sure.
I've started.
And so you don't know when they're going to go. Like if they go on your carpet or something like that.
No. Yeah.
You have carpet in there?
So they don't walk around and like just go on the carpet.
Ducks don't walk. They
and when they scamper.
They waddle.
It melts my heart. I'm talking about them like I'm talking about how someone would with
How
children.
do they sound when they talk to you? Like
when they this will be the weirdest interview you've ever done. But when they want me, when they want food, when they're unhappy that there's somewhere they don't want to be, whatever, it's like abrasive. Like
it's like your boyfriend.
Yes. Or like me. But I do find so there's a girl and a boy. The girl is loud. You can't shut her up. Like nothing like that. And the boy is just
ironic.
Like, tweet. I know. I like save your jokes for the end, Jake. And can we agree that maybe if it doesn't work out in my condo with these ducks, maybe you would take them?
Sure. Yeah. If you need if you need a good place for your ducks to go, I have a great place.
This is good. Thank you so much. You are the sweetest, and you're everything I ever dreamed. Yes, you are. You're so nice.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys had me down here today. This place is awesome.
At MusicTown with 99.5 WYCD, Jake Owen.